The scary truth about Rodrigo Muniz that no one is noticing. Rodrigo Muniz is currently hotter than Erling Haaland. As stated by his coach, he's in a good moment. He has the profile, the potential, and some really important skills for a striker. Rodrigo Muniz is without doubt one of the most prolific goal scorers in the English Premier League in 2024. The 22-year-old is currently one of the most prolific strikers in Europe, with only Jonathan David of Lille 9 and Harry Kane of Bayern Munich 8 scoring more than his 7 goals since the start of February, as stated by The Athletic. What does this tell you? Well, he's had more goals since the beginning of February than Erling Haaland. Muniz is the son of an Axé singer and inherited his passion for football from his father. He was born in São Domingos de Prata, Brazil. The Brazilian started his football career at a young age, and in football, his idol is Ibrahimovic. To pursue his passion for football, Muniz left home at the age of 14 and started his career with Desportivo Brazil, who he played for between 2016 and 2018. Muniz had a great time at Desportivo Brazil, where he helped the club finish as runners-up at the end of the 2016 season and was the top scorer with 34 goals in all competitions. In the 2017 season, Muniz was the top scorer for Desportivo Brazil once again with 25 goals. Years after leaving Desportivo Brazil, Muniz was honoured by the team as he was inducted into the club's Hall of Fame. In 2018, at 20 years old, Muniz joined Flamengo from Desportivo Brazil as a youth player, where he later signed his first professional contract, keeping him on the team until 2024. Then, on August 13, 2021, Muniz travelled to Spain for a 14-day quarantine before going to England to sign with Fulham. On the same day, Flamengo and Fulham reached an agreement for an €8 million transfer fee, with the Brazilian club keeping 20% of any future transfer fee. Both clubs officially announced the transfer on August 20th. According to Marco Silva, Fulham's coach, his sale was a great gamble. This is because he was signed based on prospect and not evidence. The Samba striker scored his first goal for Fulham in a 2-1 loss to Reading on September 18, 2021. At Fulham, Muniz became a fiddle striker due to the presence of the preferred Alexander Mitrovic. Despite this, and also suffering a calf injury later in the 2021-22 season, Muniz was part of Fulham's squad that contributed to the club's promotion to the Premier League. At the end of the 2021-22 season, Muniz went on to make 25 appearances, scoring only 5 times in all competitions, and he only made 2 league starts. After promotion, his need for minutes led him to Middlesbrough on loan, but that did not go well, as he was sidelined and didn't play for 3 months. On August 21, 2022, Muniz signed for Championship club Middlesbrough on a season-long loan. Upon joining the club, he took the number 9 shirt. His spell at Middlesbrough was plagued by knee injuries and lack of playing time. He made only 17 appearances and scored just 2 goals. At the end of the 2022-23 season, which saw Middlesbrough eliminated in the playoffs, he returned to Fulham. His return was a shock to many who had thought that he wasn't going to play for Fulham again. He owes his return to the coach, Marco Silva, who continued to believe in him. I sat down and had a conversation with him in May last year and decided he needed to do pre-season with us, said Silva. He also said, we gave him a plan for the summer, and in the first week of pre-season, we could see, okay, Rodrigo was here to fight. There have been some ups and downs with injuries, but we never felt it was time for him to go. In the 2023-24 season, Muniz, Raul Jimenez and Carlos Vinicius were Fulham's main strikers following the sale of Mitrovic, and they, however, suffered a goal drought in the first half of the season, which came under criticism by fans and pundits alike. But despite this, Muniz scored his first goal of the season on November 1st, 2023, in a 3-1 win against Ipswich Town in the 4th round of the League Cup. In one of his first Premier League starts against Manchester United on November 4th, 2023, Muniz again suffered a knee injury and was substituted in the 76th minute as Fulham lost 1-0. After being sidelined for 3 to 4 weeks, he returned to first-team action, coming on as a 61st minute substitute in a 3-0 loss against Newcastle United on December 16th, 2023. Due to his brief amount of playing time, Muniz was linked with a move away from the club as both English and Brazilian teams were interested in signing him, but he stayed put. Will his story end here? Definitely not. His brilliant purple patch form started when he scored his first Premier League goal in a 2-2 draw against Burnley on February the 3rd, 2024. This was followed up by scoring a brace in a 3-1 win against AFC Bournemouth. After the match, Muniz's performance was praised by football lovers. Alan Shearer said that he really upset the Bournemouth defenders in every way. Muniz had not scored a Premier League goal before February 2024, but upon stepping into the side following an 8-week hamstring injury to Raul Jimenez, he became the first-choice striker. His brilliant form prevented Armando Broja from making a single league club start for the club since signing on loan from Chelsea in January. The crazy thing about Muniz's upward turn in form is that no one saw him coming. Everyone still looked at him as the kid who looked awkward and out of place in his first season at Fulham, and this was despite him having a good pre-season. As succinctly put by his coach, Muniz saw a chance and is utilising it. "I'm really pleased for him," Silva told the London football scene. "When you have the chance, you have to take it and show your quality the best way you can." One thing that Muniz has is the trust of his coach. As stated by Marco Silva, Fulham do not need to rush into signing a striker this summer, following the impressive form of Rodrigo Muniz. So what's really special about Muniz? Rodrigo Muniz is not a conventional striker. The way he moves the ball is unique. Muniz holds on to the ball. This is a very important skill for a target forward, as it helps to disrupt an opposition back line and allows others to come into the game. Muniz also wins duels, as he's not afraid of a challenge. Worthy of note also is Muniz's speed. According to The Athletic, Muniz has shown an ability to get in behind an opposition back line. He's not lightning, but he is showing quickness not only in front of goal and in tight situations, but also over longer distances. From the early stages of his career, Muniz had always received praise and admiration from his fellow players. Luis Gustavo, a contemporary of Muniz in the youth teams of Desportivo Brazil, stated that Rodrigo shoots well and has good technique, but I think he is the best in Brazil in the air. However, his coach doesn't believe he's all about goals. It was not just the goals, it was the way he linked our game and held the ball, Silva said. Haaland may be the better overall goal scorer, but this is where Muniz is better than Haaland, creating and linking up the play. Although this is because Haaland doesn't need to be creative with the likes of KDB, Bernardo Silva and Phil Foden around him, now does he? Andreas Pereira believes his mentality makes him stand out. He's a good guy to work with, Pereira told The Athletic last month. He's very strong mentally, he's always there making the decision difficult for our manager, and he's showing the group that he has a great quality to help us. He's been growing a lot with the work he's been doing outside the pitch and listening to everyone. The Athletic believes Muniz is special because of his passion for the game. What's so infectious about Fulham striker Rodrigo Muniz is that he plays the game like he's living the dream, stated The Athletic. Arguably, Rodrigo Muniz is currently the best informed striker in Europe. We can say that so far this year, he has been better than the great Erling Haaland. But the question remains, can he continue and keep on with this form, or is it all just a fluke? So what do you think? Let us know in the comments section. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and we'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.